This is Brojo Deathpunch's top fantasy football wide receivers for PPR. Now I know what you're thinking, Mr. Deathpunch, how are you qualified to give me fantasy football advice? I'll tell you, I'm not. Wide receiver number 1 is Antonio Brown. Antonio! That's right, folks. I chose future Hall of Famer Antonio Brown to lead the list. If you don't know who he is, you are really new to football. He is the 4-time wide receiver 1 in PPR fantasy. He's a red zone guy. You wouldn't think so. Kind of short. Look at his PPR score. He habitually outscores the 12th best receiver by nearly 100 points every season. Okay, currently there's a quad issue. Do have to worry about that. But he catches in traffic, knows how to position himself perfectly. He has a vet QB, so the new offensive coordinator, not as much of an issue as I would with some. Big Ben loves looking at him. They've had a thing for a while now. He knows how to perfectly track the ball, position himself perfectly, and look at it. Get some of these amazing touchdowns. You have another guy on your list? I mean, good on you. Like good on AB on this touchdown. That's right, folks. Wide receiver number 1, Antonio Brown. So we're the top 5 pick. He's definitely the number 1 receiver. Helmet catch. Bada bing. We done. Wide receiver number 2. Julio Jones. At 6'3" with a 4.39 40, the Atlanta Falcons lead receiver makes it in second on the list. This is the guy who, if you were gonna make a wide receiver, you'd make him look like this. Oh, I was about to drop. Julio got to catch that. Still, look at this. Look at this next throw. Bam! Up. Catches it. Double covered. You cannot beat this guy. Watch. Watch. Grabs it. Beats out 2 defenders. Toes in good. Deep ball. Right here. Down to. Wait for it. Watch this route. They sometimes throw to him when they shouldn't throw to him. Like that. Double covered. Doing a crossing route. There was just no way he was getting that ball. You could throw it anywhere else. Ran it, even. 2 guys. Moves the sticks. Takes the pants off that guy. Deep ball. No wonder he was second in the league in receiving yardage. Folks, second in the league receiving yardage. Just beats the corner. I know Sherman wasn't there that year. Second in yards last year in receiving, 6th in targets, 8th in receptions. But he only had 3 touchdowns. It was the first time he ever played a full season where he only had 3 touchdowns, folks. Usually he had at least 6 if he played the full season. If you gave him 6 touchdowns last year, he was wide receiver 5. Would it be that Larry Fitz? Ooh, this is a nice little crossing route. At first, I blamed Sarkisian for his troubles, and I still think Sarkisian is the reason why the running backs didn't do as well. Honestly, if I was picking a receiver to have on my team, it'd be Julio. Because you know anybody could just throw it up to him, and he'll catch that deep ball. Gone with Julio!
Wide receiver 3 is Odell Beckham Jr.
Look at this ball tracking skills. He's quick-footed. He's fast. Watch him dance. Honestly, I feel like for a good portion of the Giants' coaching staff, they owed their jobs to Odell. He is a run after the catch maven. Watch this. Watch this. He's going to make this guy move. Oh, see ya. Bye. He is fast. He's got some sick speed. He's got some of the best hands. Again, breaking tackles. Him and Jarvis Landry a couple years ago led the league in yards after the catch. That's big. That's huge. Huge. Touchdown. The best thing about Odell is you could throw it to him 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage and you can get a touchdown. In the seasons that he's played full seasons, he's had double-digit touchdowns. He's a high target, high volume receiver. Everybody remembers his one-handed catches. And honestly, I think Pat Shurmur's going to be good for him. You saw what Pat Shurmur did with Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. I think there's going to be a revolution in the Giants' offense. Watch it, watch it. What was his vert? One-handed catch, body control, good. Just makes him think he's going to go inside, goes to the outside, steps out, one-handed on the body. He's just so good with this. Bam. Number 4.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Nucky. Look at this big, tall, damn motherfucker. He is the king of the 50-50 jump ball. He has played consistently well with maybe one of the worst QB situations of any receiver of the top 4. In 2014, he had 1,210 yards receiving with 6 touchdowns. That was with Ryan Fitzpatrick, as well as some other contributory QBs. 2015, he had 1,500 yards receiving, even though he played with 4 different quarterbacks, including Brandon Weeden, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett, and Matt Schwab. 2017, his first year with Deshaun Watson. He had 1,300 yards receiving, nearly 1,400 in 2017, even though he only played with Deshaun Watson for 5 games. 13 touchdowns that year. He battles through contact. His vert is ridiculous. He's consistently one of the best receivers in the NFL. He was 2nd overall in PPR scoring last year, number 1 in standard for receivers.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Get too close to him, he'll eat your lunch.
Big damn AJ Green.
I know what you're thinking. He didn't do spectacular last year.
For Dalton, out to AJ Green to the 50.
This is going to be Bill Lazor's first full year as offensive coordinator for the Bengals. Their O-line is much better. I think Joe Mixon's going to take a step forward. We'll talk about him later. Eat a bomb. He's had 1,000 yards receiving every year except one, and that year, 2016, was cut short to 10 games due to injury. In those 10 games, AJ had 964 yards receiving. He was on track that year for 1,500 yards receiving. Andy Dalton owes his career to him, and that's why he rewards him with throwing the ball to him a lot. Just beats Trey White. Do you know who Trey White is? Trey White was first-round pick, cornerback. This guy is good. AJ Green's better. Getting those deep balls, getting down the field. Just knows the spacing. Red zone target. I mean, who's he going to lose red zone targets to? The next best guy is Tyler Eifert. He could never get on the field. Please like and/or subscribe. And follow us on Twitter @Brojo Deathpunch and @DraftVice.